So if you've been following along with the channel recently, you would have seen that I've been looking into what broadhead I want to shoot this year. I really like the idea of hybrid broadheads as it incorporates the best qualities of both fixed blades, single bevels, whatever you want to call them, and also mechanical or expandable broadheads. Now, last video I went out and I tested long range grouping of the Beast cut on contact broadhead. Today we're looking at another new hybrid style broadhead, the Day 6 Verse. First off, before we get started into this, I just want to say if you guys like these type of videos, make sure to go down and subscribe. It helps more than you guys think. It helps get these type of things out to more people to be able to view, and it just helps me keep on going and keep on producing content. So let's hop into the video. So Day 6 gear is always focused on big game hunting gear, stuff that you're going to go out and use for elk, moose, goats, sheep. I mean, anything Western big game, that's what they focused on. And they focused on a lot of the arrows and fixed blades in the past, but now they finally came out with the new hybrid series Verse broadhead. So it's important to mention that they really focus on that big game hunting because it shows the trust that they have in a product when they release it. Now, if they're going to be using it for those big game hunts, they want it to be something that is going to last, is going to hold an edge, is going to be really strong, and they're not going to have any issues with when the moment actually counts. So if they want to go and release it to the consumers, they are making sure that it's something they're actually going to use first. But that's enough about the company. Let's go ahead and hop into the Verse, look a little bit deeper at some of the information related to it. The Verse broadhead incorporates the best qualities of both the fixed blade and mechanical broadheads. You get the 5/8 inch cut off the fixed blade on the front, and then you also have these two expandable blades right here that equal a total cutting diameter of 1 3/8 inch when fully deployed. Another unique thing about this broadhead is the blades are made of 0.05 inch Magna Cut steel. Just for reference, you see this steel being the same that is frequently used in some of the top knives on the market, such as Montana Knife Company. Right here is a Magna Cut blade, Mini Speed Goat by Montana Knife Company. So having this type of steel is going to help increase the durability of this broadhead, which directly will correlate to the blades holding a sharp edge and getting maximum penetration. Because the sharpness and ability to hold the edge increases your penetration. The head also incorporates a titanium ferrule on the 100 grain option, and then the stainless steel ferrule on the 125 grain option that they have. This will help strengthen the tip of the arrow so it will not bend or break upon impacting any bones. Moving down, this is a front deploying broadhead, as you guys can see, and it's held forward by this little O-ring. So if we just go and we pull this little rubber band down, you'll see that the blades will fully extend past then. Having this little front deploy with a little O-ring holding the blades, it'll fully open upon impact, creating a bigger entry hole as the blades hit whatever you're shooting at. The blades will start to open up and you'll get around a full 1 3/8 inch hole as it enters the animal. Day 6 also states that the swept blade angle of this broadhead upon impact is designed to maximize the momentum to continue driving the head through the tissues and bones. They say it creates more of a slicing effect instead of a chopping effect, similar to like when you fillet a fish. When you're filleting a fish, you're using really long sweeping motions with the blade that's going to cut and slice through instead of using it like a saw and just having to saw really heavily through the actual skin to get the bone or to get the fish filleted. The Verse broadhead has only really been released for a few months now, so nothing's really been in season at all to test it. Maybe some places you can go hog hunting on private land. I don't have anywhere to be able to do that. So I haven't really been able to actually go out, shoot it, use it on anything. I'm hoping to do so this season. So one concern I have with these hybrid style broadheads though is how they're going to fly relative to a field point. Once you start getting a bigger fixed blade up front, I worry that they're going to plane or they're going to do a little bit of other shifting, even though if your actual tune on your bow is correct, they should fly identical to a field tip. So what we're going to do today, we're going to go shoot these, see how they fly compared to the field tips here at whatever yardage I can squeeze out. So we're right at 50 yards right here that we are going to be shooting with these. First, I'm going to shoot a few field tips just to see how they fly and get a few shots in. I haven't shot yet today, so these are going to be cold shots right here. And then once I do a few field tips, I'm going to go down, I'm going to pull them, and then I'm going to shoot the Day 6 broadhead. So the Verse Broadhead, I only have one of them. One of my buddies was gracious enough to let me use it for this video. It's his only field, well, practice tip that he does designated out of his 6-pack that he bought. So that's the only one I have to actually shoot. So I'm gonna be using that one, but what I'm gonna do is in between each shot, I'll go down, I'll pull the head, and I'm going to put an arrow back in there with a regular field tip on it, and then get that head out. That way I can reshoot it. That way we can at least get a grouping, arrows in the exact same holes as where they hit, but just reuse that same broadhead. So let's see what the first few shots of the day are like. These are just some practice shots to start off. So that arrow flew really funky. I don't know why. So one's at like 12 o'clock on the center black dot, one's at like 2 o'clock probably. That is literally right next to the other one. Let's shoot one more, then I'm gonna go grab them and we will, actually what I'm gonna do is I will shoot one more with a field tip and then I'll start shooting the day 6. I'll go down, I'll turn the lighted knocks off on the ones that I've already shot that have field tips. That way we know the ones with the lighted knocks on in the target are going to be the day 6 Verse shots. So those first few arrows grouped just slightly to the right and slightly high. I think one of them's at like 3 o'clock, one's at like 2 o'clock, and one's right above it. They're all within probably 2.5 inches of each other right there, except for the first one. The first one flew a little funky, but hit like right at 12 o'clock. So now I've got an arrow with the day 6 Verse Broadhead on it. I'm gonna use this exact same arrow. I'll go pull this arrow, reset it, put a different one in the target exactly where it hit, and put the lighted knock on. So let's see how these actually shoot now. That is, I think, dead center. So that flew probably better than my field tips. So gonna go get it, replace it, I'll be back. So my buddy that gave me this one to use lied to me. He said that, sorry if you guys can hear all that noise, it's pretty loud out here tonight with some traffic. But he said that he was getting about 2 shots per O-ring on these. Well, that one just completely broke off on that shot. So I'm only gonna do 2 more shots to see a grouping because I don't wanna use all of his O-rings that came with these. So yeah, let's shoot another one. Hopefully I don't hit an arrow and break an arrow with this broadhead. That hit just to the left. That was me though on that one. But elevation is almost the exact same as the others. Let's do one more. So I do always like saying, guys, these are just a normal person's groupings, not a professional or anything. An average hunter grouping is what I like to call them. So they're not gonna be perfect. I mean, right now, those arrows are all within about 4 inches or so at 50 yards. Not the best, not bad, but we got one more arrow to shoot right here. So let's shoot this and we're gonna go look at what the group looks like up close. Talk about it for a minute. So that arrow flew a little bit funky that time. It had a little bit of a spiral on it. Don't know exactly what caused it. Could have been myself punching a little bit of it. Not really sure, but good thing is it's not too far off from where the others were. It did fly a little bit funky. Could have very much just been just me. Could have been the other part of it that I've shot the same broadhead now a lot into the target. Myself 3 times, Drew shot it quite a few times himself into the target. So let's go down there, check them out. Okay, so the last one wasn't as bad as I actually thought. Just in the left side of that black circle right there. As you can see, these 3 were fairly apart, probably just me because I'm no professional. I've been working on a bunch of stuff shooting wise, but right here, that's where majority of my arrows are, all within about a 4-inch group right there. The last one was a little bit off, but yeah, all of these are pretty close together right there. Not great for 50 yards, but not terrible at all. So I would say that these things, at least out to 50, are flying, I would say, identical to a field tip. Now, once you get out a little bit farther, they may start grouping a little bit differently, but I don't have enough light or range right here to really group any farther. I'm at 50, I could maybe get 60 out of it. I honestly think 60, these things are gonna fly identical to how they did at 50. So yeah. So overall, I think these things are gonna fly really, really close to a field tip. As long as you actually go, you paper tune, get your bow, shooting exactly how it should be and make sure it's in tune. I'm excited for these broadheads. I think I may end up picking up a pack to try this year. I've got the beast cut on contacts I'm gonna shoot this year. I've got some really long range style hunts going this year. I drew a South Dakota mule deer and a South Dakota antelope hunt. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna use for that. This is going to be probably a top 3 contender, I would say. This, the beast cut on contact, and other than that, a mega meat. I really like mega meats, but we'll see. I highly suggest anybody looking to shoot these things, no matter what it is, go shoot it with your setup. Make sure it's actually going to shoot correctly. Now for me, the best thing you can possibly use to shoot these into is right here, a 365 archery target. This is a 36-inch 365 right here. These are the absolute best targets to shoot broadheads into. They're super easy to pull the broadheads in or out of. They stop broadheads, no problem. And in case your bow isn't in tune perfectly and they start to fly a little bit funky, then you have 36 inches right here to be able to stop that broadhead or the arrow so you don't lose it. So highly suggest going to check out 365 archery if you're looking to go do some of this shooting on your own. But let me know what you guys think below about the Day 6 broadhead. Is it gonna be one of the best hybrids or broadheads on the market? Or do you guys think it's just another broadhead or a little bit overrated? Let me know down below, but until next time, we'll see you in the next episode.